Namaste everybody, my name is Aarav and welcome to Conversations with Aarav. Here we have Sunita Suhas who will share a success in her life. My first question, how did it all begin?
When Aarav was really little and he started going to school, I had a lot of time on my hand and I was keen on doing something for myself. I was very sure that I didn't want to work for somebody else. So I wanted to start something on my own. And I spent good amount of time after that trying to figure out what is it that I really liked, and I really loved sewing. So I looked into the internet and looked into all kinds of sewing that one can do and came across something really interesting called quilting. I had no idea what quilting was or how to go about it. So I looked at schools, institutions or teachers who could teach me but found none. At that point I knew I would have to learn this craft all on my own. So I spent days and nights on YouTube tutorials trying to take lessons for free on the internet and learn this craft all on my own from the scratch. Very soon I made a quilt of my own which I put on FB for sale, and that got sold within the first 30 minutes.
Question is, how did you start your business?
So after I sold my first quilt on Facebook, I was extremely excited to take this forward, and I knew that I could take this up commercially. So I set up a Facebook page by the same name called Indian Yards and also got the company registered.
Your company registered, where did you start?
We had a really old outhouse behind our house which was completely vacant and unused for many years. I decided to use that space. Spent a little bit of money doing the flooring and painted the building yellow, and soon we are in business. We set up our Indian Yard studio in Mysore.
Get people to join you?
When more orders started pouring in and I knew I couldn't do it all on my own, I decided to teach the craft. And the first person I could teach was my maid, and I asked her if she would want to learn this craft and join Indian Yards, and she said yes. So I taught her, she joined me, we both started working and more orders started coming in. She got more of her friends who were also domestic maids. I taught them. And then soon we were 10 of us working for Indian Yards.
So how did you sell?
Initially when we started off, we sold mostly through our Facebook page to our friends and family, but very soon our page grew to 8,000 plus likes organically, which helped us tremendously for our sales. I posted daily about the quilts that we were making, and sales were happening on a daily basis. Very soon we started attending exhibitions, very long exhibitions which lasted up to 10 days, where we sold very large volumes of quilts. I also sold through our website, which was indianyards.com, and our quilts were not only sold in India, but a large volume of it was sent across countries.
So, what made this a success?
In my experience, I chose something that I was extremely passionate about. So conviction, dedication, commitment, these things came very naturally to me. Now along the way you may face a lot of hurdles and troubles, but your conviction will help you sail through. From my end, the investment was time and my conviction, but in return I got a whole lot more. So
here we have Suhas Ramegoda, and can you talk to us about a failure in your life?
Failure. I think for that I'll have to go back to my childhood. There was an instance when I was, I think, a fifth grader. I worked very hard and I had a lot of interest in cricket. I wanted to become big in cricket, and I somehow convinced my father to buy me a cricket kit, and I practiced a lot. There was an academy called Prabhakar's Academy. Most of you would know. Prabhakar used to be a pace bowler for the Indian cricket team. He started an academy in Mysore, and I wanted to give my trials to that academy and get into that academy so that I can learn cricket very well. Unfortunately, after a lot of practice and a lot of preparation, I still couldn't make it, and on the D-Day I just couldn't play well, because of which I didn't get selected into the academy. I was quite disappointed, I was disheartened, but that's not the failure that I'm talking about. I think my biggest failure was me giving up cricket altogether, or giving up trying altogether. There were many other academies that I could have tried. There was many other avenues I could have tried, but just one rejection disappointed me, and I let somebody else tell me that I'm not good enough. I treat that as my biggest failure in life.
Alright, that was Sunita and Suhas sharing their success and failure stories. So that's all for today from Conversations with Aarav. Thank you and have a great day.